So everyone's got opinions. Everybody wants to say their piece. And every Tuesday, everyone's going to have that opportunity. Welcome to Chime In Tuesdays.
Welcome.
So I quickly want to share something right away. And you had given me this card.
Yeah.
Very touching.
Yeah.
I want to read this and then I want you to weigh in on it.
Wait a second. This is lovely and all. And I'm actually really interested to know what you have to say. There are some people listening and watching, however, who might not know who we are.
Fair enough. So let me properly introduce ourselves.
I'm Louise.
I'm Jay. And we are, well, how would you describe ourselves? Thought leader, mindset coach.
Lady Boss Coach.
And
Lovers of life.
yes. And the other thing I would say about us is that we come to the table, like most people, with a ton of life experience. And we had that life-altering change at one point. And we are, as I tell people, I woke up. I'm not in the matrix anymore. I took the right pill. And so just sharing experiences and analogies on my part.
Science.
So you get the best of both worlds.
So welcome.
Yes.
That's us.
So there we are in a nutshell.
Okay.
So getting back to this card, and Louise is a lover of cards. I want to share not what's inside, but what is on the outside, all right? And it says, sitting next to you, doing absolutely nothing means absolutely everything to me. And that's very touching and that's very moving. But my question is to everyone is, we live such a busy life and there's so much going on. Have you ever just actually stopped and did nothing? Now, I know some of what you're about to say.
You do.
A little bit.
Maybe you could do the show on your own.
No. Mike's yours.
I don't know. So the power of stillness.
Mm-hmm.
The power of stillness. And we live in a chaotic, busy in terms of activities, busy in terms of our minds that just constantly going.
Mm-hmm.
And in this hyper focused world on achieving, like checking the boxes, doing the stuff, achieving the stuff, we lose a lot of moments to actually make us feel fulfilled.
Yes, I agree with that. I think that like it's ironic, and this was all by chance. I have this mug and it actually says right on it, slow down. And I think that's really true. And I think it's difficult for a lot of people because they're like, I can't just stop and I can't slow down. It's like, I got to pick one of the two. And I think everyone has the capability of doing both, but to do both at the same time is very difficult when you're living a life that is, as you said, is very quick moving. There's things happening all the time. So if it was my advice, I would be saying, slow down first, be able to take in what's happening. Because once you've got the slow down part, then you can actually stop and really be still and within the moment. That's just my opinion.
I think there will be people, I know there will be people listening, actually possibly saying, what the F do you even mean? If I'm really honest, which I always am, sometimes
Brutally honest.
I've taught this stuff for years. I've grown up in HR and I now own my own business and I do some HR consulting still, but I grew up teaching this stuff. In 1997, graduated from a wellness and lifestyle management program once I finished my biology degree. And I learned all of this stuff and I learned it in my head. So I learned it cognitively, but I didn't actually start living it. I started living it when I turned 30 and I had what I call my awakening. And I actually recognized that I was miserable in my life, even though I'd achieved everything that I'd set out to achieve by that age. That's when I started to slow down and actually sit with myself and think, how the hell did I get here? And do I feel like this now? That was only the beginning. It is hard. So if you're listening and wondering what the hell am I talking about, it's not as easy as switching on a light switch, even though once you choose to live it.
Right.
But that's where the answers are. I'm a huge Oprah fan, and Oprah calls it whispers of the soul. And if you aren't quiet for a moment and still the mind, you will never hear those whispers. My whispers, my soul had been whispering to me, I realized, for years, and I pushed it down, pushed it down, pushed it down while I was getting the degree, getting the kids, getting the house, getting the job. Anyway, I could go on and on, clearly.
Clearly. No, I think I agree with that. I think for the most part, it is that inner voice. I know that for myself is that I've just recently started meditation, and it really has helped quiet the surroundings. Now, I've told people that I coach and I talk to, it's like you're never ever going to turn that dial to zero. For all you people out there, remember Spinal Tap, 10 plus, like it was always louder than, and there's no such thing. But the world is that loud. And I think through self-awareness about your surroundings as well, you can get that dial down to about a 2. I don't think you can truly silence the noise that's out there. I think it's far too large to silence everything. Even in that quietest moment of time, you're still going to hear something. And I think that if you can get the dial to a 2, it's almost the most tranquil, perfect place you can be.
I don't know if it's about dialing it down. It's what you focus on.
I'm saying the noise. I'm using generalization, right?
No, like, I understand what you're saying, but I guess I see it, and we all visualize it maybe a little differently. I don't see it as turning the volume down. I see it as choosing what you pay attention to.
Right.
So, and I always liken it to when the first time, I've been pregnant twice, but the first time I was pregnant, I'd never noticed anyone pregnant really up until then. I get pregnant and everyone around me is pregnant. You notice, you start paying attention to that.
Mm-hmm.
And having quiet moments is actually the same thing.
I guess I'm not saying that no one else is doing it. I guess I'm referring to is that the world is busy, the world is loud, the world is all these things, and it's sometimes it can be difficult for one to focus, to slow down.
Oh yeah.
And to do all that. So I treat the world, the verbiage, everything out there is you're turning down an amp, turning down a volume on something. You'll always have a hum, but it won't be as loud and as distracting as you once had it, that it was there.
I understand the first time you said it. You just repeated. You just repeated yourself. And I certainly am not dismissing your perspective. That's yours, that's mine. And I'd love to hear what your perspective is. I want you to chime in. This is Chime In Tuesdays. This is for you. This is about you. This is to learn about us, to learn with us, but we want to learn from you too.
That's right. So I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that actually has their own philosophies on slowing down or coming to a complete stop and just embracing the quietness and the stillness of something. And there may be people out there saying, Jay, you're full of shit and you're full of crap. And Louise, you are living a pipe dream, and that's not the way it is. So,
and to be honest, they're probably not listening anymore. And I don't really want to hear from you. I don't. This is our show to talk about what we want to talk about what you're interested in hearing from us about, and for sharing different perspectives. Sure. Yeah. So let's hear from you.
So we definitely leave comments below. We would definitely want to hear what you have to say. And then even if you have a strategy that maybe works for you, we'd love to hear about it. I'm all about embracing different things, be the change. And I would love to hear strategies and concepts that you might have that can not only better me, better than I can share it, and better other people at the same time.
Well said.
All right then. So comments below, and we will be back next Tuesday to have another little discussion for you to chime in. And until then, this week, slow down and remember,
life is
Good.
good.
Bye now.
Bye, friends.